Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the SHW F1 podcast. I'm Tom Delicati here with John White and Brady King. We are your underinformed American buddies talking about F1. This is our preview episode, I guess you would call it, for the Sao Paulo Grand Prix, which is coming up this weekend in Brazil. John, how are you tonight?
I am golden, Tom. Thanks for asking. How are you?
Golden. I'm well. Other than the fact that I'm away from my home in a hotel room in Nashville. Brady, how are you this evening?
What place am I in our contest? Am I bronze?
You're in second.
Okay, I'm silver.
Yes. So John is golden, Brady is silver. I'm in Nashville.
That sounds about right.
So tonight we're going to talk about a couple of, predictions for the race, of course, and talk about that. But also, we're going to start with some championship predictions. So we have 4 races to go, 2 of which are sprint weekends.
It's a lot of points.
I thought it would be fun to talk about our hot championship battle. I guess they are hot champions too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. People weren't ready for that in this episode, but we can go there.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's talk hot champions. Here we go.
Fernando. Got it.
Let's.
Well, we know Brady's type now.
He is a former
thinking
champion.
about it all day.
Yep.
They do have very similar hair.
Loaded.
Would like a gentleman with hair as fine as mine.
So I thought it would be fun to predict how the top 3 are going to turn out. Because really, although George is mathematically still eligible for the championship, in reality, I think it comes down to Lando, Oscar, and Max. And so I posed the question to you guys via our little group text. How would you predict the top 3 finishing this year?
I'm happy to kick this off.
Oh, no, I'm doing
Look at that. Brady and I are ready to rumble.
I got the hot take.
He's assertive.
All right, do it.
Yeah. All right. The hot take for me is I'm going to say Lando's first, Max is second, and Oscar's third. I'm going to say Oscar is done. He's not racing well. And if he doesn't do something this week, I think it's over. Like, it has to be this week.
You think this week is do or die
Pretty
for
much.
the Piastri team?
Yeah.
So he needs to win
Team
the
Piastri.
sprint and the race, or just the
I
race?
think he has to come out. He has to come out like either he has to beat Lando or at least beat Max. If he does, like if he is third out of those 3 drivers, like points haul, then I think he's on the losing train and Max will pass him.
So you say Lando, then
Yep.
Max, and then Oscar. So if
Correct.
Oscar was to, he has to come out of this week in your mind. I'm paraphrasing what you just said.
Mhm. Yep.
In your mind, he has to come out of this weekend leading the championship for one.
He could be in second. I think like Lando could beat him and he could still come in second, but then he can't come below Max. Like if he comes out third out of those drivers, then I think the tailspin continues. He's got 25 points to Max. Do I have that right?
Yeah, 321 to
points?
357.
Yeah.
Okay. I understand where you're coming from. Basically, you're saying it's do or die weekend for Oscar, but if you had to put money on it, you would say that he has lost his grip on the championship this season.
Yeah. I'm saying that he's been sliding and I see him continuing to slide.
While the other 2 are on an upward trajectory.
Correct.
Okay. John.
I'm going to have to respectfully, with all due respect.
Agree.
No disrespect.
No disrespect.
Look, I said with all due respect.
It's in the Geneva Convention, but I'm going to disagree
Look
with
it
you.
up.
I think that
right.
I think our finish is going to be Max, Lando, and Oscar. I think Max is going to come back from behind and have the greatest victory that we personally have seen in our limited time of watching Formula One.
He does love himself some Max.
Max wins the championship. You have Oscar third as well. You've just reversed the top 2 from what Brady said.
That is correct. Because Oscar, to Brady's point, is in something of a downward spiral. And I do agree with him that it all comes down to what happens this weekend. With only 3 races left, if he can't pull something spectacular off this weekend, I don't think he has the mental fortitude to fight the last 2 races to come up and do what needs to be done.
And there's no knock on him. I mean, being, early in his career, I think he's going to get better at it. But if he doesn't win this year, it's not surprising coming down to this. It's coming down to the wire for him.
Oh, he's got nothing but time in his career left. So
Right.
I don't think that this is, he's not Fernando where we don't know how many more seasons he has left, and this is his last
46.
one to pull it off, right? Like, the guy's young. He's got plenty of time, but this is not his year.
Are you both kind of saying that the lights got too bright for Oscar? Because earlier this season, everybody was kind of on that train of like, he's just ice cold. Like, nothing phases him. But now are we saying he's been phased?
It's easy to be ice cold when you're in front. When you're out by yourself for most races and you're winning and the next closest driver is 13 seconds behind you, I think there is a pressure, but it's a different type of pressure. And the pressure that he's seen over the past 5 races has been he's actually having to compete outside of just the first lap for a spot on the podium. And it doesn't seem like he's made the wisest decisions to get there.
I'm not sure I want to play like the armchair psychologist, but I will say one way or the other, things are faltering a little bit, whether it's him or the car or a little bit of both. Like, I don't think it's all just in his head. I don't think he's like suddenly crumbled or something, but I don't think he's got enough to leapfrog Lando and to keep Max behind him, Max being the killer that he is.
I feel like Tom's going to say Oscar's going to win this.
I mean, that would make it so that we all have some sort of a horse in this race. Come on, Tom. Talk a little high like this.
Do it for the viewer.
I could see a world where any one of these guys win it, and nothing seems all that certain. And we talk about it more in like in our professional sports, like in the baseball world more than anything else, just because there's so many games. But when you're getting close to the playoffs and everybody's trying to attain a playoff seed, we talk about a magic number. And that magic number in baseball is typically a combination of either you have to win this many games, or the team next to you or closest to you has to lose that same number of games, or any combination of wins and losses, and you're in.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was trying to figure out what I think the magic number is for who is going to win the championship. And the number I came up with scientifically was 411 points.
Okay.
I think 411 wins the championship this year. Whoever gets to that number is going to do it. Now, that makes Verstappen's magic number, what is that?
90?
Yes. So he has to get 90 points. And I think that's very doable. I think it's almost a foregone conclusion in my mind that Red Bull, specifically Max, is going to win in Las Vegas. Qatar and Abu Dhabi are a little more of a McLaren-friendly track, but I could see Lando and Oscar splitting those two.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're cannibalizing points from each other because they're the two performers in the same car who are going to be relatively up there. I think Oscar's going to find some form for the last 4 races of the year. The wild card here, and this is why I would put a little more backing behind Verstappen, is the sprint races. The dude just doesn't lose sprint races. And McLaren have shown that with only one practice session, then going into a qualifying and then doing a sprint race, they're all over the map. Sometimes they're right at the top of the sprint. Sometimes they're middle of the pack. Sometimes they're 5th. Sometimes they're 7th. They haven't been consistent in the performance on those short weekends.
You think they need more data?
I think they're a very data-driven analytical team. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think Max is more of a, nope, this car is crap. Here's what we need to do. They go out and do it, and then he goes and knocks it out of the park.
So how'd you come up with 411?
It was scientific.
Tell me the maths.
No, it's just let's just leave it as scientific.
Okay.
It means
he was in the bathroom, and he slipped and hit his head on the sink.
No, I was trying to
21 gigawatts.
It's 1.21. Ass. Get it right.
My bad. I slipped on a toilet. I can't remember.
John was telling us before we started recording that his wife cracked open a bottle of wine tonight, and now we're seeing the side effects of that.
I'm exercising a lot of restraint right now, just so you know.
Okay, so going back to my actual prediction, I haven't given you my top 3. I think it's Lando, Oscar, Max. I think it's the way it is right now. I think it's a really tall hill for Max to climb, even though he's not too many points away. I think because both of those McLarens are up there, and it's not just a crapshoot as to who's going to wind up at the top. He's fighting 2-on-1, and I do think those guys are going to cannibalize points, but I think that they're favorable enough in these next couple races that Max rode his heater. He was hot for a good chunk of after the summer break.
You're probably not wrong on that, and I'd just like to say I am a Max fan, and I think it would be absolutely unreal and amazing to cap the season off if he came back and won the championship. However, if Oscar or Lando won, I would not be disappointed in either one of those victories. Like, I think they're both fantastic. I like McLaren. Recently got a McLaren hat. Been wearing it a lot lately. Don't even wear hats. But
so you're a hat guy now.
I wouldn't go that far as to say I'm a hat guy, but I got a really nice McLaren hat from Coda. And so, I threw it on a couple of times.
Had a point. Well, and I would compliment you for saying that, and I would just tag on to that by saying, if Max did somehow come back and win the championship, what an incredible story. I would be sad for McLaren, who dominated most of this season, because one of those drivers, one of the 3 of them deserves to be champion. They've fought an incredible season. It would be super cool for a story for that comeback for Max. It would also be super cool for one of these McLaren drivers to win their first championship. So I'm 100% with you. It's still an everybody wins situation.
As long as George doesn't win.
Yeah, I'd really like to see something just be at stake in the last race, right? Like, I'd like to see it come down to that. And I mean, as of now, obviously it looks like it's shaping up to be that way. What's interesting now, like switching gears a little bit to preview here for our upcoming race, this is the race where I feel like we have the highest chance for fireworks. This is the track that seems to be like the one where people can wreck. This is the one where somebody's going to dive bomb somebody in a corner 1.
Yep.
And who knows what happens at that point. And we already know Max, and he's already shown that he's willing to stick his nose in there if he feels like he's got a chance to win. So, and if he needs those points. So right now, does he feel the pressure that he has to get his nose in there? Like, what if he doesn't put it on pole? What if it's Lando on pole, Max in 2, and Max just dive bombs him? I mean, now the whole story changes, right? So like, this can go so many ways. And I think this is the race where we see something shift. I just don't know where. I don't know what it's going to be, because the same could be said for Oscar. Oscar could feel the heat and be in 4th and just pull an old Georgie poo and dive bomb into turn 1 too.
Well, and you remember what happened last year at Sao Paulo?
Well, other than Lance driving into the ditch and not bringing his car back out.
What place did Max Verstappen start in last year?
Remind me.
17th and 1.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It was a nut race. And then you add in the fact that Sao Paulo this time of year, changing conditions is highly likely. If you look at the weather for this weekend, like, there is a fairly decent chance of rain on Saturday and Sunday. That could change because it's only Tuesday, but there's a lot of variables given the track, changing conditions, what teams are going to do. Yeah, I'm with you, Brady. I think this is going to be another exciting race. We'll get back-to-back Mexico to Brazil, full of excitement.
One more question.
Okay.
Well, you know what? Let's put a pin in it. Let's take a break, and then we'll come back and talk about one more question I had about championships this year.
From the savvy streets of Sao Paulo, multi-duty award winner Gabby Bort brings you Bort's Jorts. Bort's Jorts, great for any occasion. From Carnival to Cotillion, we've got you and your knees covered. From traditional stonewash to lime steak green, Bort's Jorts come in all cuts and colors. Buy today and use promo code OK. I will put him in the wall next time for a chance to win the special Rookie Duty Edition jorts. Bort's jorts, when you need something special to stand out.
So if you get a pair, do you want Gabbo or Gabby on the ass?
Depends. Gabbo for guys, Gabby for girls.
Yes, there's a feminine and a masculine spelling.
Right.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
It's like bedazzled.
Right. Well, it is. So it is Bort's home race.
Indeed.
Are we allowed to? Are we supposed to say that it's also Hamilton's home race because he's like an honorary Brazilian?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with a big fat
dual
no
citizen.
on that.
Is he a dual citizen? I don't know.
He's a dual something, but it ain't citizen.
But I don't know what that means. Technically, I should say that last year they made a big stink about it because they didn't have technically a Brazilian driver, but it was a big deal for Colapinto last year. It was his quote unquote home race last year because he's Argentinian. So we have 3 drivers on the grid who could quote unquote call it their home race if we want to include Hamilton in that. But I think that's significant in terms of like where the crowd will be poised for this weekend. Do you think it's going to be too much pressure on rookies like Colapinto and Bortoleto, or do you think they're going to surprise us and maybe have some points?
I think coming off of Mexico, they're going to surprise us, especially Bort. I think, there's pressure when it's your home race, but I also think that in the majority of these scenarios, when they're driving around the different circuits, it's never their home race and they're never the favorite driver. But you go to your home race and you see your face everywhere in the stands. You see people calling your name. And, as a former athlete, not a great one, if those things ever did happen, all they did was amp you up and go like, man, I've got a lot of people here ready to support me and see me. I don't think it's pressure. I think it's going to give them a little bit of fuel to the fire.
I mean, Bort's car has been up and down all year. I mean, same with Hulk. That Sauber is just kind of all over the place, but
it's Hulk's home race too.
Yeah, sure. Let's throw him in there. I have to imagine though that if there's a chance for them with a little bit of chaos, this might be his best chance to get something really going and some extra points. And not that it's really going to boost him up. He's in 19th, but in front of the home crowd, and it's his that's got to be the one you're rooting for. Hamilton's had plenty of races there. Home race, you can call it whatever you want. Colapinto had his last year, so this is Bort's first home race. I've got to be pulling for him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have a tendency to think, once the visor goes down, it doesn't really matter. They're just focused on the race. And so maybe leading up to that, they might feel a little anxious. You might feel a little more tension, I guess, perhaps during qualifying or maybe during the
he's got the added
lap.
benefit of this being the sprint race, too, so he can get some of that anxiety out during the sprint race.
That's a very good point. I completely agree with you. Praise God for the sprint race.
You know how Tom loves a good sprint.
Yep.
Don't we all? I have a tendency to think that most drivers in their home race who are not named Verstappen or Leclerc, but Leclerc was really until like last year, they have a tendency to just flounder in their home race. And you hope for something cool. You hope for something good. I feel like unless you're one of the top 5, top 3 drivers week in, week out, season in, season out, you're more likely to wind up between 7th and 15th in your home race. I feel like.
Well, okay for his car? Then what's his what's success? Because he's not going to put it on the podium, right? He's not going to be points. We just going to say points. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
If he gets points this weekend, a point this weekend, that's a victory.
That's a success. Okay. Yeah. I'm down. Same with Colapinto. I mean, any points you're at 0, buddy.
Fair. Well, and let's circle back just for a minute, since we have a few minutes before we get to our picks and 3-pointers and a little bit more about Sao Paulo. I wanted to ask you guys, from a Constructors Championship standpoint, who do you put your money on to finish 6th, since the pack is so tight with 4 races to go?
All right, so for everybody who isn't staring at the constructors right now, we've got RB at
Hold
72.
on. Why don't we just take a minute of silence and let people look this up on their phones as they listen to the show, and then
to get
they
the full
can,
experience.
Hashtag do your own research.
Yeah, just pull over to the side of the road, or pull it up while driving,
and look up the Constructors Championship on your own. So, moment of silence. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, for those who didn't look it up on their phone, Brady, you can go ahead and fill it in.
All right. Okay, so in 6th place, we have RB at 72. And 7th place, Aston Martin at 69.
Nice.
In 8th place, we got Haas at 62. And in 9th place, Sauber at 60. So 12 points between 6th and 9th.
Okay.
As a reminder, just so we're all on the same page, for those teams, RB has 1 podium and Sauber has 1 podium, but nobody else has a podium yet. So, where do we think they're going to finish? Right, that's what we're saying. We want to say who's going to be in 6th, or do we care
who's finishing
beyond
6th?
that? We just want to know who finishes. Okay. Well, I went first the last time, so Tom, I'm going to throw it to you.
Yeah, Tom, why don't you tell us your thoughts?
My choice for who will finish in 6th. Brady, give me my options again, please.
RB, 72. Aston Martin.
This was your
69.
question.
Nice. Haas at 62 and Sauber at 60. So there's a little bit of gap between Aston Martin and Haas, right? For these teams fighting for the bottom part of the bracket.
I think that Haas will finish 7th, but I think RB will finish 6th.
Okay, so you're saying Haas will put up 7, or it has to put up 8 points above where they're at right now to get past Aston Martin.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's whatever Aston Martin.
I think there's I feel good about the trajectory that Haas is on right now. I don't feel like they can completely get above RB because RB is just more consistent, more stable. Even though Hadjar has really fallen off lately, where he's fallen off, Lawson has picked up, and they're still nipping away. Point here, 2 points there, 7 points here. So with 2 sprint races left as well, I like the direction that the Haas car is going. I still think RB finishes 6th. I think they hold on to 6th, but I think by the end of the season, Haas is nipping at their heels within 3 to 4 points.
Right. If I had to guess here, so I want to say Aston Martin in 6th because Alpine just leapfrogs. I mean, look, we're at Sao Paulo. I mean, it could happen. It happened last year. Anyway, Fernando, I want to say, it would just put the team on his back and get it done. But the team, like the Aston Martin, is just the car is not good enough for him to just like put it on a podium. That's just not going to happen. And he has no help from the second driver. So what team has the 2 most consistent drivers out of that group? It's got to be RB. So I'm with you, Tom. I got to say RB in 6th. For 7th, man, I actually feel like, is it crazy to say that I think Sauber does something in these last couple of races? Like somebody,
I don't think that's crazy at all.
Does like Bort somehow put it on podium or something? I don't know. Something tells me that they will somehow put something together. I don't know.
I don't think it's crazy. And I think it'd be pretty cool, especially after Nico's finished this year.
I'd just have to compared to the expectations in general for Sauber at the beginning of the year. Like we thought they were just going to be dog piss, and they've got 60 points.
They do. I think y'all are correct in that RB is going to stay in 6th. So it's really the fight for 7th, which to me is going to be
a hot topic where we all agree on.
Yeah.
Well, I'll give you a little sneak preview into my 3-pointer, and then you guys are going to be woefully surprised. But that's just because of the number of races that we have left. But I think it's going to be RB and Haas. Aston Martin doesn't have the balls to take it, and I think Sauber is actually going to pass Aston Martin. So I think it's going to be RB, Haas, Sauber, then Aston Martin.
Oh wow. That's an aggressive call, John, but I really like it.
Oh, I hope Fernando shows up at your house. You say I don't have the balls.
He
can't
does,
do Fernando's accent.
but unfortunately, the other half of that team They do not.
They have 2 balls between them.
The other half is sterile.
Sterile Stroll is the nickname I heard in the paddock last weekend. So,
oh my gosh. Okay, well let's move on and make our picks, shall we? I mean, it's about that time. So we pick our top 5, our bottom 5, and we pick a 3-pointer every week. We do this in championship order. So John is in first, and so he has to pick first, and then we can all pick after that. So it's going to go John, then Brady, then me.
All right. Top 5 for me: McLaren, Max, George, and Charles.
Boring.
I'm trying to win a Red Bull hoodie.
Yeah, championships are won by being safe at this point in the season, Brady.
Right.
My bottom 5 will be Franco Colapinto, Pierre Gasly, Esteban Ocon, Lance Stroll, and did I say Yuki already?
No.
Then include Yuki on there.
John, what's your 3-pointer?
My 3-pointer is that Haas will be in 6th place by the end of this weekend in the constructors.
Woo. Haas in 6th. So,
yep.
Okay, they're 10 points back from RB.
Mm-hmm.
So they got to get 11 points. So they have not tied. They have to be in 6th place.
They will be in 6th
more
place.
than
11 more than. Yes.
You can have it.
Yeah, 100%.
I will concede this. You have it.
Okay.
More power to you, John.
I feel like he's got something. Like he said that with some confidence.
He's got insider information.
I know you quoted Back to the Future earlier. Are you Biff? Did you come back? Do you
have the sports almanac?
Yeah.
Yep. I might have an almanac with me, but I'm not going to tell you if I do.
Brady.
All right. Top 5. So Lando, Oscar, Max. I'm going to take Russell and Hamilton. And then my bottom 5, give me Colapinto, Gasly, Ocon, Stroll. I'm going to put Ollie down there this time. And then for the 3-pointer, can I do... Are we sponsored by DraftKings? Can I do a reverse parlay? It's a little strange here, but... So I'm looking at the points, and I want somebody to root for this weekend. So I want to say that Bortoleto will be past Gasly, so he's 1 point behind. But asking for him to get 2 points this weekend just feels like a lot. The other one I wanted to root for was Yuki going past Ocon, and he's 2 points behind there, so he'd need 3 points, and that's asking a lot. I mean, that means he's got to be in 8th place or better, and I just don't see that happening either. So the reverse parlay. Either of those could happen.
I feel like we're just giving you twice the chance to earn a 3-pointer at this point.
I mean, kind of, but are we...
I'm going to give you a scenario with 4 things, and if any one of those 4 things happen, I get 3 points.
I know, this was relatively complicated. You could just be like, no, and I got to back up, but I wanted something to root for this weekend.
I'm not willing to go on the Yuki one. I'm not willing to give you the Yuki one.
Because Ocon's been terrible lately.
Well, Ocon got 2 points last week. Cool. But Yuki has gotten 16 points over the last 4 races. Even though he had 2 skunks in there, he had 2 8-point finishes.
Fair enough.
So that doesn't seem like a bit of a stretch, especially recent form. He had a 50-50 chance of scoring 8 points in the last 4 races is what I'm saying. So I'm not willing to give you Yuki.
I'll take the Bortoleto 9th or better then, if we can do that.
Well, you're not saying Bortoleto 9th or better. You're saying Bortoleto over Gasly.
Over Gasly. But let's be honest. 9th or better. But yeah.
It's Brazil.
It is Brazil.
And he'll be wearing Bort's jorts.
Am I wearing Bort's jorts? Or is Bortoleto wearing Bort's jorts?
I feel like I know where you're getting at this, which is like 1 point, even though it's 1 point, is a lot of point.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like it's still 1 point.
It's got to be 2 points. It's not 1 point.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. So, like, there's no way he can't come in 10th. He's got to come in 9th.
Okay.
And Gasly's got to get nothing.
So then,
and by the way, if Gasly gets 10th, there's almost no chance of this happening.
Well, we're forgetting sprint points here too.
Well, exactly.
That's the other part of this. So, like, I would be fine if you said 9th or better, but he's got 2 opportunities to get 2 points. between the sprint and the
race
race.
is only down to 8th, right?
8th or better. Yeah.
Are we really thinking that Bortoleto is going to get 8th in the sprint race? Isn't that kind of why this is the 3-pointer?
It's a 3-pointer that really only needs 2 points.
Technically,
so for all you mathematicians out there, thanks for listening. Have a great
get out your abacus. I'll give it to you. Okay. I'll give it to you.
It's fine. All right. Mine, I'm going a very traditional top 5. Lando, Oscar, Max, George, Charles. My bottom 5, Colapinto, Yuki, Hulkenberg, and both Aston Martins.
Ooh.
My 3-pointer for Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
Alpine points.
Alpine points.
Alpine point or more.
Alpine point or more.
1 point or more for
1
Alpine.
point
if
or
we're
more
going to get on
Alpine.
Bortoleto any point, but you're going to be able to say 2 drivers could go get it. I mean, again, let's be honest, it's basically Gasly. And he's got more points than Bortoleto. So if
I would like to bring to your attention.
Yeah.
Alpine has not scored a single point.
Yeah.
In 8 races.
Yeah, it's bad. It's real bad.
They are not riding a heater.
Yeah. I'm going to say.
And the last time they scored points was in Belgium, and it was 1.
Yeah. I'm not going to throw shade on this pick if you guys aren't going to throw shade on me picking Bortoleto. You can have it.
Okay. Mark it here, fellas. This is where John begins to lose his lead towards the end of the season.
And this is the beginning of the end.
But see, here's the thing. So if Tom gets his 3-pointer, it's very unlikely that I get my 3-pointer. And vice versa.
That's true.
And
that's true.
Either way, it's unlikely I get mine.
Yeah, exactly.
But I like your aggressive nature on the pick, John. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah.
You're keeping us all entertained in terms of our championship possibilities.
I'm glad I could entertain you.
All right. Well, that'll do it for us. That was a nice little preview episode for Sao Paulo. We're going to watch the race this weekend and talk to you next week at some point. So until then, thank you for listening and have a good day.